throw in the mix with
No,
Tarantino.
Refn has way more style and talent than any of the other.
If you were to make a film, you would you've already seen fucking thousands of movies.
Oh yeah, any film that I made would be like heavily laden with.
Yeah, you have the groundwork has already been laid.
I could see Randy having a Cronenbergian
Yeah,
style
it would
feel.
be all Cronenberg and Lynch.
Yeah,
if I made a movie.
Yeah,
and Fulci.
And then what if people trashed you about that? Oh, he's a plagiarist.
Then I'd agree with them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So.
But yeah, this is just
take one in the mouth just to prove your point, I guess.
Yeah, the one great thing about this movie that I absolutely love is the film within the movie.
I wish they'd make that too.
Yeah, film. I want to see a full feature-length movie of that because, by God, some of those scenes look fantastic. Yeah, the face rip, like, she's wearing a mask and rips her fucking face off and she's screaming and blood pouring out. Put it back on. Oh, my God.
Oh,
I just died laughing so hard. Like, because everything is
done.
But you
didn't die, though.
I came back.
But did you die?
I came back just for the podcast.
Oh, you're going to die after the podcast.
I am. But yeah, like, everything about this is just, like, a total, like, love letter to Giallo's. It is great. Like,
yeah, the bad overdubbing and fucking...
Like, the bad acting for the bad overdubbing.
The outfits and...
The lighting especially, like, has the Giallo feel.
Yep.
And yeah, just the acting is done to be over the top and just horribly poor. Even like all the American actors are like dubbed over with their own voices, just purposely done terribly, which just fit perfectly with the film.
All of these Astron 6 guys are genuinely good actors and comedians. Like all of their comic timing and like the writing ability is pretty top notch.
That's what I was saying about Thanksgiving, but you disagreed. You can kind of tell they're comedians. The shit that is in that movie.
Are you going to try to compare
I don't know if we can compare.
To Astron 6?
You said you can tell they're comedians. You can do that with Thanksgiving too. There's some really good jokes in that. Way less budget. I think Thanksgiving was probably like less than 100,000 maybe.
I am certain that it was.
Yeah, we'll rewatch it. The fucking jokes are great.
I don't want to. I'm probably going to have to.
Yeah, we're probably going to have to. Really soon here.
Yeah,
you fucking piece of shit.
I think he should pick it.
I think I am probably because I don't know many others.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But yeah, I'll say one of my favorite parts about this whole movie is the character of the detective Peter Porphyry.
Oh, the inspector.
Oh my God,
Porphyry.
That guy is fucking fantastic throughout
this whole movie. The scene when he walks in and slaps Cesaro's wife. Just,
yeah.
Don't make me have to do that for you again. Have a lovely evening.
Just right out in public.
And then his wife's like, he's right.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then the whole entire time when he's like blaming the editor for the death in the very beginning, and he turns around, he's like, why is the body still there?
All of his sex scenes are hilarious,
too. Oh, yeah,
the
sex scene throwing the mud.
Like when he's like staring at the dog when he's fucking his blind wife.
And she's looking at herself.
Then he just like gets on top of her and he gets a cake and just throws it on her and then smears it on his face.
After the first one where he's like slapping the woman around in the mud and the rain and he like grabs the mud and...
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, this is like a Randy sex scene right here.
Oh, the mud thing, it's an homage to a particular Giallo. I can't think of which one it is, but there's like a very similar scene in a Giallo.
That's awesome.
Where a dude like chases a lady down and like slaps her around and
I need to find this movie now.
Bangs her in the mud.
Because that's just, my God.
And that's one of the common themes of Giallos is misogyny and ladies being like helpless and being slapped around, and they touch on that quite a bit. It's pretty funny.
Except for Deep Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another thing I gotta give this movie
spoiler.
is out of all three movies, I think this is the one that has probably the most nudity throughout the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's the scene where like Ray's getting fired and that woman's stripping in the background for no like reason whatsoever.
Oh, there's 3 dicks in this.
Oh, yeah,
2 by one guy.
Kostansky no, that's not. I forget which one the blonde guy is. He always shows his dick in every movie though.
Yeah.
Maybe not in Manborg, but he shows his dick in Father's Day and like in a couple of the fucking short films.
Yeah, I cracked up with that blonde guy's line too when the new replacement comes in and he's like, "That's an excellent penis you have there."
This night's turning out to be better than expected.
Can't say I've never said that in my life.
Oh, but yeah,
just say that too. Ryan Kemp.
No, a whole bunch of dudes actually.
But yeah, just some of the death scenes in this are just like awesome, great throwbacks to a lot of different films. The accidental death from Peter when he's like trying to attack the fucking the killer and hits his own wife in the forehead. Yeah. Uh-huh. And that split axe look too when it gets a zoom up on it. Oh, that looked brutal. Her face is just like split in half. But yeah, everything like about this, the effects, just the disemboweling from the undercover cop, and then gets his guts put in the reel. That was pretty sweet.
Was it cigarette burns?
Yeah, that has that. Yeah, okay. Udo Kier does that to himself in cigarette burns.
And speaking of Udo Kier, one of my favorite lines I ended up putting in here was, I think the first time that he goes to the hospital where Udo Kier is, and that woman shows up and she's like trying to kiss him, and he's like, "So, she got you with the kiss me and I'll bite you trick, eh?"
Bite me.
Bite me.
Bite me. I can't believe you haven't seen Blood for Dracula and Flesh for Frankenstein.
I definitely don't want to see Blood for Dracula.
They actually filmed them back to back. They filmed Flesh for Frankenstein first, and Udo Kier didn't eat at all, like really, while they were filming Flesh for Frankenstein, because the Dracula character was supposed to be so emaciated and sickly looking.
Yeah.
And it was effective.
Yeah, another one of the awesome kill scenes I put down was the chainsaw death scene while Cal and his girlfriend are having sex.
That's a good one. Kind of like reminiscent of Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, with the girl getting just cut in half while he's on ride.
Spike.
Oh, dude, that was brutal. And then, then like we were talking earlier, there's even the scene where Peter Porphyry is surrounded by tarantulas, which was reminiscent of The Beyond.
The Beyond, yeah. There's the token sexy aerobics dance.
Oh, yep. I meant to say something about
routine,
that. Yeah, that was great.
That's pretty fun.
Yep, a lot of gel lighting through all this to give it that blues and reds and like even a pinkish tone throughout almost the whole entire movie. There's some just more awesome effects like the full body burn at the end.
Yeah, that's a really good digital burn. That's probably the best executed CGI burn I've seen.
And I don't want to give too much away because with the spoiler and everything, but the one thing I will say that I thought was also another nice little nod was the book that Josephine is reading, and then Peter Porphyry finds later has called Three Mothers.
Yeah, Three Mothers.
So a nod to Argento.
Yeah.
I love the little nod to Videodrome where
with the tape starts pulsating.
Where he's watching his wife get banged on camera and the tape starts pulsating.
Yeah, and then like I told you earlier, I think the only bad mark I have on this movie is Paz de la Huerta's acting, and it fits with the movie.
Yeah,
but it's still great. I think kind of like that post that we seen earlier on Facebook about who would you think a movie is bad because of the person being in it?
Right, yeah.
And she would be one of those for me. It's like just I can't stand her in anything she's done.
She
her
always
voice grates on me.
Well, not always, but especially in Boardwalk Empire and this, she seems like she's drunk all the time or just on pills.
Well, she just kind of plays that bubble-headed, airheaded type of character.
But I kind of don't feel like she was aware of. She just played this part. I don't know if she's a big horror Giallo fan.
No, she just acts in roles that she can get.
Yeah, and they're just play someone fucking kind of ditzy, stupid, and she's really good at it, I guess.
She does. Well, I mean, she has a knack for picking good projects occasionally, and I don't know if that's. I'm sure it's just coincidental. That Gaspar Noé movie, Enter the Void, is excellent, and Boardwalk Empire is excellent, and this film is excellent. I can say that without feeling like I'm exaggerating.
Didn't you say something the first time I ever seen you say anything about Boardwalk Empire that it was rushed? Or
it was originally supposed to be. HBO, as a standard, greenlights shows for 7 seasons. And that was Terrence Winter thought he was getting 7 seasons with Boardwalk, and right when he started the 5th season, they were like, you got to finish it this season. You only get 8 episodes.
That fucking really happened?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it probably lost ratings or something.
I don't know.
I think it was just it wasn't as popular as they expected it to be, and it was really expensive to make.
Yeah, that's what it is. The budget.
And if you notice,
Because all the setting,
what show
started
started that year?
Game of Thrones, wasn't it?
They were getting ready to dump all of their money into Game of Thrones, and Boardwalk just got the axe because of it. So
yeah, but I think the same.
Just the set pieces in Boardwalk Empire alone probably had to cost a lot of fucking money too.
A lot of that was CGI. Like a lot of the Boardwalk itself was CGI. And
really?
Yeah.
I thought that was all recreated.
No,
wow.
They had like a set, but a lot of the exteriors of the Boardwalk are CGI'd.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the guy that played Al Capone because that was just
unbelievable. Yeah, that guy's a great actor in general.
God
like everything that he does is really good.
And then of course Steve Buscemi. But
every actor on that show was fantastic.
Yeah.
That show in general.
I'll never look at like the guy that played Lucky Luciano. I would never look at him any other way. Just any of those guys. I'm sorry, this became Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll say I was just about ready to say I stopped at at the end of season 3.
You gotta finish it. The fucking
that's satisfying all the way through.
Oh God, we should do a podcast on that show, dude. I could talk about
that'd be like me with Game of Thrones. I could talk your ear off all day.
You guys are Game of Thrones guys. I can leave my equipment if you guys want to do.
I could talk Game of Thrones with book differences and everything all night long.
I watched the first season.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd for that show. But yeah, I don't want to get too deep involved in this because all I'm basically doing is praising it because that's all there is for me is praising it. It's fucking hilarious. It's just
it works,
well done.
It works on every level that it needs to. Really, really well.
And this was your first time seeing it, so what did you really
I've
think?
had it before Randy saw it. Remember I got it?
Yeah, you got it in that horror bundle.
The horror bundle, and you're like, I'll buy that off you. I was like, I don't know. Then you asked me again, did you watch that yet? And then you watched it. You're like, dude, you got to watch that.
I found it used really cheaply at Disc Replay.
Yep, same here.
And I can't... It took me this podcast to watch it. It's still in plastic at my house. It's been, since summer.
Yeah.
I had no idea it'd be this good.
I got turned on to these guys pretty early on. I think even before Father's Day came out, I read about their short film collection.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, and grabbed that. And then, as soon as Father's Day came out, I was on top of that. And I anxiously await anything and everything that they'll do from this point on because they have yet to even, everything they've done has been fantastic.
Yeah. They have some show. It's like a grainy 70s type of news footage show. I forgot what it's called. I should look it up, but that just started, I guess, and I think it's a YouTube thing or something. I don't know.
I guess there is a lot of tension, in the group, though, from things that I've read. So who knows how much longer they'll even still.
The Argento ego thing's coming into play.
They all. Right, they all have their own projects that they want to do, the little short films or whatever and stuff, and
And I heard there was a lot of tension between them and Troma after Father's Day too.
Probably, I can't imagine that it's always pleasant dealing with Lloyd Kaufman.
Right,
probably the cheapest dude in fucking
he puts
history.
on. He's really nice to the fans and stuff, but I bet he's hell to work for.
Oh yeah,
I've seen it behind the scenes for Poultrygeist, and he made so many people cry during that movie.
What?
How do you make somebody cry on the set for a movie like Poultrygeist?
Yeah, it's
just because of the way how hard he was working them over and over and over again.
Oh, Jesus.
Your singing is off key.
Well, I think it was during that one scene where the girl ends up jacking off the chicken thing, and she didn't want to do it at first, and he basically said do it or you're out of here. And she
jerk that chicken off or you're off the fucking movie.
Well, I mean, who has qualms about masturbating a chicken? Come on,
Lloyd Kaufman. You would guess that probably.
No, I mean, who would have a problem doing that scene?
Oh, I thought you were talking about forcing that on somebody.
No, who would have a problem doing that scene?
Yeah. If you're uptight, what are you involved with Troma for?
Yeah, what you're acting in a Troma movie.
Have you seen a Troma movie?
Yeah, you're not getting paid for shit. Especially in that movie, it was almost all fan built.
Oh, come on, a Troma fucking actor, probably very close to not being self-sufficient.
Yeah, so the one great thing
probably
about
have to have roommates.
The one great thing about Troma is that usually is where a lot of our good directors now get started at, James Gunn and fucking Joe Lynch and all of them got started there.
He's in a way kind of
Tiffany Shepis,
weird
Debbie Rochon.
Mm-hmm.
B horror version of Roger Corman. Well, I guess